Hi, it's October 17th, and this is your Sunday sermon preview on Saturday. Last night, we had a bunch of my family over to celebrate my youngest son's 16th birthday. 16, that means he can drive in the car by himself without me being there to say, put on your brakes, put on your brakes. Interestingly enough, almost exactly 19 years ago, we celebrated my first son's 16th birthday, and we gave him a cute little red truck, which I'm leaning against right now. It's not red anymore. We refer to it as the formerly red truck, and we're working on resurrecting this little guy. We've joked to Jacob that he'll get to drive this truck also. We'll see about that. The fact is, when you give your child the keys to a vehicle and let them out on that road without you right there beside them, that is an act of faith and courage and preparation on the part of the parent as well as the part of the child. It can be scary out there. It can be scary when you know they're out there. Our sermon tomorrow comes from the little book of 2 Timothy, and I hope that you'll all read just the 4 chapters in that book. In that, we see Paul preparing Timothy for the road ahead, the road of ministry, and Paul's not going to be right there with him. He's sending him out to do the work of a minister, of an evangelist. And Paul says, you know, you have the strength and the courage of the faith that is within you. And he reminds him that it is the faith that his mother had and that his grandmother had, and that he knows, Paul knows that he has it. You're ready. You're prepared. Just remember what I've taught you. And then he reminds him of what he's taught him, and he gives him some warnings. He says, you know, when you get out there on the road, there's going to be some obstacles. And some of them you need to avoid, like giant potholes, you know. One of the things he says avoid are pretend Christians who really only care for themselves and who pretend to go through the motions, but who don't really believe in the power of God and the good news of Jesus in a real way. Paul says very boldly, avoid them. Don't go in for just what fulfills desires and pleasures. Stick to the truth. And then Paul says there's some things that you're going to come to that you're just going to have to push through. Think of it like muddy places that you have to sometimes get out and push your vehicle through. Sometimes, and the time is coming, says Paul, when folks are not going to want to hear the truth. They're going to want to hear what they want to hear, whatever suits them. They're going to find voices and teachers that tickle their ears. And he said, don't give up. Push on. Stay to the truth. Have patience. Persevere in teaching the faith. And be courageous, because the faith that you have is a faith of courage. The sun is so bright. This morning I've got to move a little bit. The road ahead can be bumpy. Sometimes the sun gets in your eyes. But know that the sun is at your back. God has got you. When we know the way, and Jesus is the way, we can go forward in the security of that good news that Christ is with us, within us, beside us, walking with us and guiding us. In the words of the Heidelberg Catechism, which we are going to focus on also tomorrow, Jesus, God, the power of God, watches over me in such a way, and now I'm quoting, that not a hair can fall from my head without the will of my Father in heaven. In fact, all things must work together for my salvation. That is good news I can use when I'm on the road, and it's great news that I need when my children are out there going forward without me right there. But I know that Jesus is. We'll talk more about it Sunday. See you then.